Now, this is the iPhone 17 Pro Max in the cinematic video mode. We're using the telephoto lens, and we're basically testing out how the overall bokeh or background blur effect looks when you're trying to replicate, well, this look. This is the Canon R8 with the 85mm f1.2 portrait lens. This is pretty much one of the best lenses that you can get in portrait videography, and it works great for even auto-focusing video with my Canon R8. And certainly one of the great things about using a dedicated video camera like this is we have the option to choose whichever lenses we want, whether it's old vintage glass that's manual focus or even auto-focusing lens, all the way up to the modern stuff that is almost perfect in terms of image quality. Now on the iPhones, they offer the different camera selection processes, but the overall sensor is still pretty small, even though it's fairly large for a smartphone, and they've been improving the overall simulation of the background blur, but I still don't think that we're quite as to the level as a real bokeh effect that you get from a full-frame mirrorless camera with a fast aperture lens. And I think AI has actually done a great job of this. We can replicate this shot quite easily with AI, whether you're doing videos or photos through the generative process. But with the smartphones, certainly with the current generation of iPhones, Apple hasn't really done too much to improve the background simulation. If I wave my hand back and forth, you're going to see that my hand is being tracked, and the outlines of the background blur don't really match up. Same things with the outer edges of my body over here, where it fringes a little bit. It just looks kind of fake. We actually have seen other smartphone manufacturers that have partnered up with Zeiss that have actually replicated the background blur effect quite impressively, but Apple is still kind of behind on this technology. But at the end of the day, if you do want to get the best overall separation and the most control, I think a dedicated camera is still going to be a big advantage, as you can clearly see over here.